And we are back, folks, with a special guest on this week's edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider, a young man we've been watching, man, seems like a couple years now. A kid I first heard about years ago, before he was a top high school prospect. He was that guy that Sean Patterson and Shea Patterson were telling me about back in the day. Look out for this kid, Bobby Kanka. They were right. Sean, you were right. You know, Shea, you were right, because he absolutely turned into one of the top players, not just in the state of Michigan, but in the entire country. And he has his announcement news today. So first things first, Bobby, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on by. So why don't you share with the fans what your decision is?
Yeah, you know, Michigan. It's been Michigan since day one, but I'm committed now, so it's official. So ready to rock and roll.
So take me through when you came to the decision. When did you know that Michigan was the place?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really just a blink of an eye moment. It was, I've known for a year, 2 years, ever since I really walked into the stadium. I was like, I know I'm going here. I mean, I listened to the coaches. They told me to take my time and, you know, just be slow with it, make sure you're making the right decision. But I've always known it's been Michigan. But, you know, I just didn't want to wait any longer. You know, I felt like it was home. I know it's home. So I was like, you know what, let's just do it and get it done.
So take me through how you told the coaches and how they reacted when you told them.
Yeah, I think Coach Elston is known for a while that I'm his guy and I'm gonna be a Michigan Wolverine, but I hadn't made it official yet. And so this past week I texted him and just kind of said, you know, me and my family want to come in and, you know, meet with you and Coach Arbor before the barbecue and just let you know where my mind's at. And I think from that point on he kind of knew, but yeah, we told him in an individual meeting with him, but then we had a meeting with Coach Arbor and just kind of broke the news that way, and he was super excited, just normal Coach Arbor, but it was good. It was a good day.
So, you know, obviously since Coach Elston got here, you've been a guy who he's had his eye on. So take me into that relationship and kind of the connection and vibe with him.
I mean, ever since I first met him, it was I got the big family vibe from him. Just like I've been back-to-back barbecues with him, so just seeing him interact with his family is huge to me. Seeing how he treats his girls and his wife, my mom would say this, but he's the type of coach that my mom would let me go be with for 4 years. So that relationship that I've built with him is just priceless to me right now, and I can just tell that when I go there, he's gonna help me develop as a man and as a football player. So.
You got a chance to go around a bit. I know you said you always kind of knew it was Michigan, but who kind of finished, would you say, second in the race?
I don't really think there was a second, to be honest. I think it was just Michigan's just way up there, but Penn State showed a lot of love. Kansas is, Tennessee is, so. But I mean, Michigan has always been one, and it really hasn't been close since the first time I went there.
Yeah, so we've obviously known about you for a while, right? Hearing about you from the Pattersons. We know Brian Lewis real well, right? So we know about you, but the fans might not know. They will now. They're going to come out to see you. But tell people what they'll see when they come see Bobby Kanka play.
On the field?
On the field.
You know, I just like to dominate. That's the part of football I love. It isn't just football. I like beating people. So asserting dominance in that aspect is really fun to me. But, I mean, it's not just defense or offense. I do both ways, play 99% of the game. And so you'll just see me beating up on people every play and just, you know, asserting dominance and making plays for my team that's trying to go do big things.
So height and weight, I mean, it seems like you're bigger every time I see you, man. So what are you up to now?
I'm 6'4.5" barefoot, and I'm 260 pounds right now.
So has Coach Elston kind of talked to you about where he envisions you lining up on the defensive front, or is that kind of a moving target at this point?
I mean, he's told me, but we also both understand that, you know, things can change based on how I grow. But he sees me as a big, athletic 300-pounder that can play D-tackle for him, use my length, defeat blocks, and that type of stuff. But he compared me a lot to Chris Jenkins' position right now. So being versatile, being able to play the 1, the 3, and the 5 if I need to. Just he doesn't really have a pinpoint spot for me exactly yet, but he just knows I can play D-line. So, yeah.
So obviously, you know, I mentioned it at the beginning, but I'm curious, did you know all the way back to when you were going to the Patterson's tailgate that Michigan is where you go? Did you know that far back, or was it more recent?
I wouldn't say I knew, but I mean, it was always a dream. Like I said to one other reporter, I was like, we would go home from youth football games, and the first thing we do is turn on the TV and watch Michigan football. So it's always been a dream. And we used to always go to the spring games back when there were practices back in the big house. So I've got pictures all the way back from there, but I always just kind of knew that that's where I want to go and that's where I want to play football at.
So a part of this this journey is Coach Arbor, Coach Elston.
Yeah.
What about Coach Herbert? I know that had to be a big part of your decision too.
Yeah, I had my first real weight room experience with him this past barbecue, and it was eye-opening. I took home 3 or 4 things to do every day just to be better and be more prepared for when I get in there. But we did a whole weight room session with him, and he's not one of those guys that's gonna antagonize you or make fun of you for doing certain things, but he truly wants to see you be the best athlete you can be, and I could see that just in the short 30-minute session we had with him. And I was in there, and I left, and I didn't want to leave. Like, I could just tell I'd be in there every single day, just wanting to be better with him. Just his knowledge of the weight room is just nuts.
And training is in your blood. Why don't you tell the people about your dad? You know, I know he had obviously is having a big hand in molding you as a player and as a young man, but certainly as a player. What about your dad?
Yeah, my dad, All-American, Hall of Famer at Hillsdale College. Had a couple years in the NFL with the Steelers and Lions, and just one of the strongest in the country. Benched over 500 pounds, squatted 700 pounds, deadlifted 800 pounds. It was just power lifter is in my genes. So I guess growing up with that, I mean, we started working out, not heavy, but 7th, 8th grade, just kind of getting the form down. So when I get up to heavier weights, I'm all set, ready to go. But having that father figure in the weight room is huge, to go downstairs and work out and be able to spend time with them and do that type of stuff, just because I know not many other people are doing that with their dads. It's kind of cool. But that's been big. He's been a big part along my journey. It's just watching him, going to Hillsdale games, being on the sidelines with him and watch him still yelling on the field, losing his mind. So
how is he? How is, you know, any dad who is a player or a coach is like the same thing. When they watch their kids play, it's always interesting to hear how they are. Is it when Tom is watching you play, is it dad or is it coach? Like, which hat do you kind of see him wearing when he's watching you?
So when I was in youth football, he was actually our coach. And so I got 2 separate stories. The first one is youth football, and I tackled a tackle for loss, and it was a safety, but they didn't call it a safety. So my dad's running on the field, losing his mind, throwing his headset, yelling, "It's a safety." And this was in 4th or 5th grade. And we're playing playoff game. And so that was that side of Tom. And then now in high school, he gets more anxious because he wants to see it. He loves football. And we both get it when we drive around the football field. We just get anxious. Like, we're just ready to go. And so when I'm playing under the lights on Friday, he doesn't sit down. And that's like his reputation. I got a bunch of friends whose dads are like, "Yeah, I don't talk to Tom during games." So he walks around the fence. We got a fence around our field. He'll walk around, yell at me. I can hear his voice clear as day on the field. I've made a couple plays because of his voice, hearing it, just like here. They're running a QB sneak, and they ran a QB sneak. And so that's that side of Tom where he's just off on his own little bubble watching football. So
yeah, I hear that, man. That is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, so I imagine this is, you know, recruiting. It can be fun and exciting, but it can also be a little bit of a strain. You sense this will kind of take some pressure off and then just allow you to just focus on your upcoming seasons?
Yeah, I've had a good conversation with my head coach about it. I mean, like I said, I always kind of knew it was Michigan, but you still got to deal with all the other stuff that is coming in, and you still got to be respectful, obviously, to the other coaches and grateful, but it definitely takes some weight off your shoulders just knowing you don't have to go out and try to earn that scholarship every time. You know they believe in you enough to do it, and now you just got to go out and do your thing and prove to them. But it definitely takes some weight off your shoulders just being able to sit back and not have to return all the phone calls.
Right.
And I got my first little hint of that today with August 1st. So I can already feel it, but, you know, I'm locked in, ready to go.
I hear you. All right, so give me an outlook for this season. For you individually and for Howell collectively.
We're a really young team, Howell. So we lost a bunch of guys last year, but, you know, our young guys are studs. And so most of our captains this year are going to be juniors. And I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to build a team around and a program around. And that's why I went to Howell. It's because I saw Coach Lewis. He's a man to do it around. I saw what he was building. I'm like, I'm going to go help build that thing with you. So, you know, we're trying to find our identity right now and just show people what we're doing in Howell and put us back on the map.
So how did B-Lou respond when you told him you were going to Michigan?
I mean, he's deep down, he's really happy, but, he's always been, I'm going to let you do your thing, and, but every time I talk to him, it's, well, Michigan does this. So, but, Coach Lewis has always been great about it. You couldn't ask for a better coach to be around during this process.
All right, so, Bobby, as we wrap things up, your recruitment is out of the way.
Yeah.
But is recruiting over for you from this standpoint? Are you a recruiter? Are you going to recruit other guys to the class?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to play with the best, be with the best. That's how you be the best. So we want to go to Michigan, win national championships, and the way you do that is get good guys around you, not just talent-wise, but good guys around you like Ted Hammond. I want to get more guys like that. I want to play on the field with guys like that. So, I'll be doing my part behind the scenes, getting those guys here with me. So, yeah.
Do you have any guys off the top of your head that you'll be targeting?
Zachary Green is a stud, and he's under the radar right now. But I've worked out with him a lot, and he's going to be a player. I'm excited because he was hurt last year, and I'm excited to see what he does on the field this year. But he's going to be one of those guys for sure.
You talked to Avery Gack, any?
Yeah, I've seen him 3 or 4 times in the past year on certain visits and stuff. But he's a great guy, be a big masher on the O-line, but he'd definitely be another guy that I'd go after, being so close to me. So, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So if we're circling games on the schedule, I already got one circled personally.
Yeah.
But if people are, I want to go watch Bobby play, you probably say anything, but what would be the top games as you look ahead to the schedule?
We play Brighton on their homecoming this year. They took the jug back home last year, so we're trying to go back over there and take it back because I know we got a better team this year, and I know we can do it. Do it on their homecoming, ruin that for them. And,
right.
Come out to that one. We'll be ready to
Hey, Bryce,
go.
what's my man's name at Plymouth? The lineman at Plymouth. I think that's going to be a big matchup.
Cotton, yeah.
Yeah, Cotton. Idris Cotton. Yeah. I think that's going to be one.
Yeah.
Get your popcorn ready for.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. We should have it handled, but we're ready for it. Ready to go. We're just building our team up. We'll be all ready to go.
Got you. Well, hey, Bobby, I appreciate you coming to share the news with us. Congratulations on your commitment to Michigan.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Folks, if you like this podcast, if you like this video, be sure to like it. Be sure to subscribe to it. Be sure to tell all your friends about it. Of course, we get it all done over at themichiganinsider.com. And right now, over on 24/7 Sports, network-wide, 75% off. You can get in on the inside intel, not just on Michigan, but all the teams across college athletics. You can get it right now over on the Michigan Insider at 24/7 Sports. Until then, thanks for watching another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider.